I love it.
Hey, it's 6 p.m. South African Standard Time, and you are with us here on SABC3. It's Training SA. It's the last installment of our Tsar Pride Marathon, and my team and I are ending it with a bang. I'm always with the man that you hear in the morning every day on Metro FM. It's Mo Flavor.
Can I just say that I'm the bang he speaks about?
And of course, where would I be without my good friend, Delicious?
Apparently, I'm never going to live that down. Thanks a lot, Mo Flavor. Wow.
And to help us, put the B in band, we've got radio personality, MC, voiceover artist, and all-round amazing entertainer, my friend, Mantsoe Pout.
Thanks for having me again, guys. It's nice here.
It's very nice.
It's nice. It's it's comfortable now. It's like.
Are you also taking the tender? Because Mo...
I'm available.
Just doing the same thing.
It's so nice.
But also, Mo, you've cornered it right now. So, Mantsoe, you might have to try harder, girl.
It's really nice. Thank
Way
you.
harder.
Right, guys, some people wake up and think, what a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. I'm going to smile, enjoy my life, and just be. And some people choose to wake up and post videos saying the most outlandish statements, like this guy.
Flubber's my OG. You know what I mean? Flubber dissed Stogie, then who's Stogie to me? My OG dissed him, man. Done with him. So I catch was so mad at him. It's like, this guy, he acts like he's the greatest OG of rap. Yo, dog, you're an up-and-coming rapper. Stogie T is up-and-coming. You know what I mean? He's been up and coming for the longest, dog.
Let's talk about his statement, Skanota. A lot of people like Prince Muntu and FOPX seem to agree with him. So this was what Prince Muntu said. To say this guy is telling the truth, and let's not entertain him. All right, let's go. And then Ubongs the Gemini says that I need him to plug me with his dealer. And then FO Optics says he ain't lying though. So, guys, Mina, you see this young generation.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Nota is, but there's this thing about this young generation, yet disrespect.
Yeah.
Because I once read a tweet. It said, Whitney Houston wasn't all that.
I mean, that's like vulgar.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's nothing wrong, right, with having an opinion about any artist or rapper in the world. OG or not, right? But let it be based on fact. I mean, let's talk about Stogie T for a minute.
Come on.
I mean,
The legend that he is.
Even before he was Stogie T, Guy was traveling the world. Guy was releasing albums. He is one of those people that laid the foundation for the very game we have. Stogie T has done endorsement deals with brands. He's been on billboards. He changed his name to Stogie T. I mean, some people don't even get to that point in their career.
Beyond that, Mo, the fact that basically, as Umaple was saying at some point, he was there when rap was actually still a thankless game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Deep in those ciphers, battling it out with cats, and just doing amazing things, and so multifaceted as well. I was there for the Do Me and the Volume days as well. Loved it.
Yeah.
I think also we shouldn't get confused with people that want their favorite rappers to be the only OGs, right? It's okay to love a certain rapper and regard them the biggest of the lot, but also you can't take away from the contribution of other people to the same game, because it didn't take one rapper.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that came together and made South African rap what it is today, and definitely you would be doing a disservice if you don't count Stogie T.
Imagine if I didn't respect Urifile for the legend that she is.
Yes.
Urifile was there with Oshaka.
It's going left. It's going left.
She laid the foundation.
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on, guys. Rufilo laid the foundation for us at Metro FM. Huh?
Rafilwe, disrespect. I will not have it.
I mean, in a world far, far away, there lives a family, a very rich, famous family, beautiful also. They are called the Kardashians.
Woo!
And everything they do and everything they say makes the news. Now, this week, Kim Kardashian went and shocked everybody. She sent her shockwaves, because that's what happens, on social media with the following tweets. All right, so here's one. She says, 40 and feeling so humbled and blessed. There is not a single day that I take for granted, especially during these times when we are all reminded of the things that truly
He's gonna read the next one. He's gonna read the next one.
Okay, you do the next one.
So you guys, for my birthday this year, I couldn't think of a better way to spend it than with the people, some of the people who've helped shape me into the woman that I am today.
Do you want to take the next one, Mantsoe?
I'm so bad at this, but I'm going to give it a bash. So before COVID, I don't think any of us truly appreciated what a simple luxury it was to be able to travel and be together with family and friends in a safe environment, you guys.
I mean, listen, it was the replies for me, and we are going to actually read some of those tweets, and you guys need to tell me if you agree with any of them or not, all right? Here's the first one. This is Emma. People are really mad at her for spending her money. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Kim Kardashian, but if I had that kind of money, the money that she did, I would 100% be spending on that kind of stuff. So you can't expect her to live like she earns minimum wage when she is like literally has billions of dollars. I mean, do you guys agree?
Absolutely, definitely.
Yep.
Everyone's basically saying she's spending her money and let's just relax, you know?
Yeah.
Mantsoe, what caught your eye this week?
What caught my eye this week was a tweet on Wednesday by Zalande. It was just before I finished at work, and I was like, ugh, this is going to go south. Do you know when you see someone's tweet and you're like, I wish you hadn't, because it's going to go south very soon. She tweeted something along the lines of, helpers are exhausting or annoying or something like that.
Helpers are exhausting.
Yeah, and obviously she deleted it because she regretted it, and people had screen grabs, and they were having her, as they always do when she tweets something. So she was being dragged the whole day, and I was just like, you shouldn't have. There's things that you feel sometimes, because we are human,
Sure.
you maybe should just...
Why shouldn't she have? Is it the historic power dynamic and imbalance
Exactly
between
what it is.
employer-employee, especially between
A domestic.
workers?
Exactly
and,
what-
Yeah.
that's
and
exactly
as a
what it
black
is.
woman, not a good look.
And also, as a black woman, historically, it's always been our aunts and moms that worked in that space. So now you utinechela that person, and it's like, oh, really?
Yeah. The painful one.
Mantsoe, thank you so much for coming through and advocating for Kim Kardashian, for our helpers. And what else did you advocate for today?
And for rap.
For Stogie tea.
We're going on a quick ad break, and when we come back, we have the legendary, come on guys, the greatest female soccer player, actually the greatest soccer player ever.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
Porsha Modise in the building. Stay tuned. See you after the break.
Welcome back. You are still tuned in to Trending SA. Now, don't forget to get involved in our conversation. You can use the hashtag #on3 and make your voice heard. Now, our sports guest tonight is a living legend, Porsha Modise. I mean, she is one of South Africa's most successful footballers. In 2014, she became the first African player to reach that elusive target of 100 goals at international level. She's a former Banyana captain in 2001-2000. She went and scored 55 goals at that point in the season. I mean, a record that is unbelievable. She has a long list of accolades. I mean, they go on and on and on. And guess what? Tonight we catch up with her to talk about the things that make her tick, to talk about football and so much more. Bashin, welcome to Trending SA. I mean, in 2015, you surprised us. We have a Lopume gaming nje. And Upume with immediate effect. And Boshi Sapela at that time. I think you were 31.
Yeah.
Do you regret that moment?
No, I don't think I regret the moment. You know, being in women's football sometimes it's a torture because you wake up every day thinking, good, what is the lineup for you? And at the same time, you need to come back home and be able to put the bread in the table. So, because you know, women's football, sometimes you need to make those decisions because now one thing, female, I need to be able to support my own family. But when you stick around so much in women's football, you only get paid in the national team. If you're playing, I'm 100% sure even you guys, you don't know about the teams that we play for besides the Banyana Banyana. So there's teams that we play for besides the Banyana Banyana, and we're not getting paid there. So we're playing just for free for the love of the game. If I'm not called in the national team, it simply says that I'm not having a payment. So sometimes you need to make those decisions. There are many of us who just left the game. We didn't want to leave the game, but just because of the circumstances,
the situation
at
that time.
Yes, it forced you to leave the game.
So on Marawa TV, you said that if I'm not going to be paid well in women's football, I want to leave a legacy that will not be forgotten. What is the Porsha Modise legacy?
Porsha Modise legacy, academy. You know, I want to have a foundation that will be a voice of women's footballers, especially not only women footballers, women in sports, because I do believe we deserve better, and we don't have that voice. And sometimes soccer players, they're scared to talk because we know if I could say what I want to say, sometimes I will never get the call up, and that is the only place that is getting paid, and I want to be, and I want to be sure, want to be seen.
What does pride mean to you now? Obviously, I can tell Uti, a big part of your mission, you know, is to teach acceptance. But what does pride mean to you?
You know, pride, it means it's my day, it's my celebration day, it's my freedom day as a person that I am. But at the same time, I think it's an eye-opener for our communities, you know, to understand which there is people like us. So we are living in such communities, and they need to accept us. And there are families out there, Joe, they still worry me when they have kids like us. They tend to kick them, you know, out of their houses, and they're thinking good they are sick or it's a demon. It's not. We didn't choose. I didn't choose to wake up every day, good thing I'm a strat, and there are those people who will be negative towards me. This is my life. I believe good so.
Yeah.
Who are you to judge?
And you've made the most of your life.
Yeah.
You're a sensational footballer. I mean, your accolades are from here to Cairo. But, I mean, you've had many great moments. 100 goals at an international level. No player has ever done that. It doesn't matter, boy, girl, male, female, golden boot winner, all of those things. What was that moment for you that said, Yazin Pashin, I am the greatest?
You know, Mo, I think when I started to enter in the women's football, I realized that I played with a lot of good soccer players, women soccer players, that they never got the opportunity to be known and to be seen and explore all over the world. And I felt good, I'm going to be their voice. You know, one day I want to achieve something that they never achieved. Because what I've learned, amongst those teams, I think I took everything amongst them to make the best out of me. I've learned a lot. So I said, I'm not going to disappoint them. I'm going to be that voice. I'm going to stand out for them and make sure one day when I break that record, making sure women, as much as we're doing it out of love, it's never about money, but we can still break those records without them giving us the support that we deserve. And I said, when I'm going to break that record, I'll be speaking to all the women soccer players.
So when you retired, you said you wanted to pursue coaching. Why haven't we heard that title, Coach Porsha Modise?
It sounds easy, you know, when you retire, there's a lot of things being promised to you. But one thing I always know about me, I'm such a vocal person. I always stand true to myself. I speak for women soccer players. And you know, a country near to, when you challenge abantu abadala umnyango iyavalo. They don't want to be told the truth. So I'm just hoping one day, you know, people, they will hear us and try to support women's football, and sponsors, they will come on board.
Absolutely. Pashin Sabong, thank you so much for coming. And I agree with you. A lot of work needs to be done, and we're hoping that it will happen in our lifetime. One of the greatest, ladies and gentlemen, and we'd like to thank her for coming through tonight. So the hashtag is *on3. Send us all your social media comments, and guess what? Coming up after the break, we're going to be hanging out with the talented Tishiwe Ziqubu. She's on the hot seat. We'll see you now.
Como.
Woo, the DJ rhythm is strong in this one. Welcome back. The stage is yours right here at SABC3. This is Trending SA. They are arguably one of the most talented performers we have in the country. Their ability to immerse themselves into the characters they play has led to them becoming one of the most sought-after actors in the country. They have given us some powerful performances that led to accolades and played characters that we've lauded them for. Our guest tonight is the beautiful artistic, award-winning film and TV actor, Tishiwe Ziqubu. Welcome to Trending SA.
Thank you so much.
It is an...
Waze wangibiza kamnandi. Bese excellent nje ukuthi ungisho ngiyithakazela.
Kade ngisho when you walked in ngathi yes, you one of those people like umuhle even live, like you know phela ngihlana laba guys.
Oh, but
You putting us to shame right now.
I'm hurt, but also I do agree. Absolutely beautiful. Tishiwe, please, before we get into anything else, explain the term non-binary for us, because we're going to be using that a lot in our conversation.
Sure. So I permitted to use vernacular speech.
Please, go ahead. Yeah.
For me, it came from finding myself as a being, and that's how I understood it before I understood it politically.
Yeah.
And myself as a being, and in Zuluini, there's no such thing as he. Uma ngithi uplay uyangena, uyangena. You will never know if my play is he or she. We don't have gender concepts within African.
Yeah.
So, uma ngiyithatha ngiyibheka lento ukuthi I know I don't understand it. I grew up being called she, but I never. It was a bit uncomfortable for me, and it's only very, very recently in my ripe old age that I was able to first pinpoint it, and then many years later, then assert it and stand up for it. So being non-binary is understanding that and this is, it's a very gender fluid as is sexuality. So my definition of being non-binary may be very different to the next person. For example, kunabantu non-binary that are, for example, in a heterosexual relationship, kube wife, kube husband, and they are still comfortable being called wife, even though they're not comfortable being called she.
Sure.
So everybody has their own what makes them feel comfortable, and that's why Thishiwe, from the person themselves, the individual, would say, oh, okay, what are your pronouns? Are you comfortable with this? Are you not comfortable with this? A lot of people just want to wage war immediately. No, but then you are still a woman. I didn't say I'm not. I just said, please don't call me she, because I don't relate. I am they, their, them. Those are my pronouns. It should actually just be included into introductions when I say, what is your name? Refilling my pronouns are she, her.
Just tell us about the internal process. I mean, not feeling exclusively masculine or feminine. I mean, make us understand what that actually feels like.
Can you make me understand what you feel masculine, I imagine?
Well, of course, based on, you know, my upbringing, the way that I was raised.
What does that feel like?
The social construct. I feel strong, I can pick up bricks. When I go to the bathroom, you know.
Not identifying in the binary codes of male or female is the most liberating truth for me. The past, since I started saying I felt so liberated because I can enter any and every space. Just recently I was at Woolies picking up a suit, and it was a really gorgeous suit. So I'm in the men's section because the female section is weird. For example, I picked these pair of this suit from the female section, and it doesn't have pockets. So where am I supposed to put my phone? Like it's like simple things like that. It's practical.
It didn't make sense.
Certain clothes are more comfortable for me. It's not like I am trying to be a man. It's like this is more comfortable. This is how I feel right. So anyway, men's fitting room is upstairs. Women's fitting room is downstairs. And nangena women's fitting room because I'm not gonna walk all the way downstairs. And then my up and down and I was welcomed with love and grace because I can assert any space.
So there's a great sense of freedom.
Yes, and that for me was just an example of the freedom that I'm not confined to. For example, these ideas that girls must wear pink, boys must wear blue. I hate that they do that to babies. You don't know who that baby is.
Has there been a shift in the kind of roles that you're accepting now that you've embraced fully, you know, your
This is about to be lit.
have them changed for you?
There we go, South Africa. Tishiwe Ziqubu. Go for it.
Well, funny enough, I used to get more roles in very masculine roles, in very tough roles, when I was still very, when you look at it, femme looking. Hard to Get was a very, they weren't queer, but they were tough. They were a bit tough and rough while you weren't looking.
Hard to Get is the one where Upelens actually took off his clothes for the first time.
Yes.
Yo,
it was, it was his idea, you know.
Hey, Pellet.
It wasn't necessary. It was like, bam, showing this film. So yeah, it's like people could see me before I could see myself. Yeah. So I remember going for the audition here while you weren't looking. I went for the audition of the other character who's very girl next door. Nisha into Yakon. I think I'm so feminine that time. And then the casting director goes, don't you want to try the other one? I'm like, what other one? I only received this script. I think in 15 minutes come back, and it's the most bold, queer. That time I'm like, no, I think this is a bit too tough for me. I don't think I can pull this off.
I mean, all right, now we're going to play a game with you, all right?
All right.
So we need to try and figure out what your type is, and maybe somebody out there can shoot their shot.
Yeah.
So we are going to play a little game. We call it Smash or Pass. All right. All right. So we've decided to compile a list here of celebrities.
Ooh, love me.
That we're going to show you pictures of. Okay, and you need to kind of tell us whether you would smash or pass. Because that's the kind of information we need. And
all right.
to help us get that information from you, I've got 2 records here
all right.
that I'm going to give you. One is written smash, and one is written pass.
Okay. I better get it right. Next thing I'm passing, and next week I'm
So it's very simple. The tennis records are there for you. All you need to do is tell us whether you would smash or pass. You will swing accordingly. We're going to roll the pictures now as we see what the menu looks like. So what would you do here?
I'm telling you, Tran.
The beautiful Pearl Tusi.
Yeah, let's go.
Akunzima. That is a smash. Yes.
All right, here's another one.
Also, those eyes are too beautiful to pass up.
She's absolutely
Too beautiful to pass up.
I like how she's quick on the draw. You rather
Oh, no, I know.
You know what I'm talking about? Ooh, all right, and here is the last one.
Just take your time.
I know, Grant.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Are you sure? Is the head gonna stay up?
I saw those legs. I saw those shoulders. This is definite.
But listen, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and that is how we come to the end of our episode this week. Thank you very much. And as it turns out, there's a little birdie that has whispered in my ear that somehow, somewhere, somehow, I'm back again next week. Right here on Trending SA. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we're back again next week.
Yeah.
Good night.
Tishiwe.